Thanks, Dina, and thanks everyone for joining. Yes, I'm Steph Kershaw from Magento. I look after solution partners for the UK, the Nordics and the Middle East, and I've been with Magento just over 2 years. Been working in e-commerce for the last 8 years, and I've had the pleasure of working with some incredible merchants over the years. So today what we're going to talk about is bear with me, sorry. How Magento 2 drives value beyond M1. I'm going to cover off some pain points that we identified with M1 and how we are addressing those with Magento 2. We're going to look at the roadmap of innovation and go over some of the key themes where we're innovating and investing in the platform for future for you guys to understand. We're going to look at some customer stories of those that have already done the migration to M2, and then we'll finish off with information around how we can support you with your M2 migration. Before we start, I thought I'd just set the scene. You know, all aware in the room and online that shopping dynamics have been and will continue to shift rapidly. This has been led by the fact that us as consumers and shoppers have access to more information than we ever have before, have greater spheres of influence with social media, and we have more choice where we can shop. So as a result of this, it's more important than ever to put the customer at the centre of your operations. But I know it's not getting easier because as a consumer myself, I know that shoppers are demanding these truly personalised experiences, but have truly fragmented shopping journeys. So we're starting our journey by searching on our phone, but we may be physically in store. We might start our purchase journey on desktop, but we're finishing on a tablet. And this puts retailers in a really difficult position to deliver complex and high-speed experiences with great scale. So having a customer-centric commerce approach is super important. Your commerce investment is critical. With the dynamic of the shopping environment increasing, it highlights the role of the commerce platform. It's important as any other system in running and determining your success. Because the commerce market is so rapidly changing and growing in complexity, it's clear that a commerce investment these days needs to take a long-term view across all aspects of your business. So it's around technology, the relationships and the supporting ecosystems around the whole of your business that are key when looking at the commerce platform to ensure that, you know, this isn't a decision that's made with a 2-year, 3-year tail, but more a 5 to 10-year tail. When considering the long view, we do believe that Magento is the platform for providing the necessary tools to drive your commerce success in future. And we believe that because we want to create an unbounded commerce imagination. So Magento's always been known for its flexibility and the ability where merchants can build their own experiences, their own stories. It's not a cookie cutter approach, and allow them to tell the stories they want to their consumers. And we really truly believe in this, and this is why we believe that this platform is the one to grow with. We've got unmatched commerce innovation. We have over 350,000 developers working day in, day out on Magento, which means that we lead in innovation globally. And that also touches on our wider ecosystem, and I'm going to talk about this further into the webinar, but we are, without a doubt, the biggest ecosystem in commerce globally. So I mentioned we're going to talk about pain points of M1 and what they, in our eyes, we group them into 4 motions and what we think they are. So around delivering better shopping experiences, this is key now. And with Magento 1, it requires a large number of customizations and extensions to deliver this. Every Magento 1 is super customized and super complex. And that isn't the best practice of running your e-commerce business today. Also, it has a negative impact on the total cost of ownership. The other thing when it comes to delivering experiences with Magento 1 was around the lack of mobile first experiences, which today is key. If you look at the amount of purchases done on mobile today, it's more than ever. So it's key that the mobile experience takes the lead. And also the lack of innovation on M1. It's an old platform. It's been going for 12 years. There's innovation has retired on that platform, and it's not able to keep up with the demands of today's experiences. Another element of the Magento 1 that we looked at was around the growth of sales. We want our merchants to grow. It's one of our key elements. And with Magento 1, it was very difficult to do conversion and optimization with the lack of native stuff within the platform. Magento 1 required lots of manual IT processes to expand into new markets or greenfields, and this is difficult when you've got teams that are capable, but your technology is not allowing you to do so. In terms of operations, Magento 1 is very manual, implementing campaigns, site and price changes. This requires, again, significant investment from IT and developers, which increases total cost of ownership and also delays how nimble you can be in your market with your merchants. And these also increase development cycles that are more expensive and ongoing. And not to mention the admin user on Magento 1, it's not intuitive and it's not user-friendly for business users. So these are some of the key pain points that we see with Magento 1 and the impact that it has on our merchants in delivering better shopping experiences, growing their sales, better operations, and around outstanding performance. So if you look at the code base on Magento 1, as mentioned before, it's now 12 years old, so the architecture and code base is aging. So how does Magento 2 help deliver better shopping experiences? There's 4 key things here that I'm going to cover off in terms of when it comes to shopping experiences. Site editing. So in Magento 1, we had a limited WYSIWYG and it was more HTML dependent. With Magento 2, we've got Page Builder native in the platform, and this is an intuitive drag and drop content creation tool, which allows you to create powerful customizable content blocks and build the exactly type of experience that you want. You can build out web pages, campaigns in minutes on this drag and drop editor. I've used it myself. It enables faster reactions and implementations to new markets or changes and new opportunities depending on your depending on your sphere in the market. The other thing that Magento 2 impacts is managing your site updates and campaigns. Manual changes were difficult in Magento 1, we've already talked about that, and you had no top-down view of campaigns. In Magento 2, we have staging and preview, and what this allows is strategic visibility to ensure that your teams can plan and manage campaigns. So with the staging and preview tool, your marketing teams and your merchandising teams, for example, are able to create campaigns, schedule them for when they want them to go live, and they're also able to view the website at that point to see what it would look like. And so they don't have to worry about IT being involved and worry about being there to press the button and to make sure that the website loads how they wanted it to look, because they've already built that, they've scheduled it, they've seen it, what it looks like, and now it's in the calendar. And what that allows the teams to do is, one, work autonomously, which is a benefit to the business, but it also allows teams to focus more on strategizing and less on the operations of doing campaigns. Another thing that benefits the shopping experience for M2 is around the advanced mobile experiences. With M2, we have the Progressive Web App Studio and support, and this is enabled for future of mobile web development. Progressive Web Apps is still a mechanism, if you will, that is still growing. The rules aren't defined and it's ever changing, but what this does in M2 is it's an easier way for your developers to provide customized front-end experiences, and it's also great experience for the developers themselves, and this means that you're constantly on top of the experience in the mobile. And again, around themes, if you're using M1 themes, you'll see that they're older, and also that you may need separate ones for mobile seats. With Magento 2, we've got modern responsive themes. It's mobile first. This means that you can have a consistent customer experience, and it's also simpler, faster, and more consistent with change management. So there's some of the things that Magento 2 does to deliver better shopping experiences. We're now going to look at how Magento 2 helps you grow sales faster. Again, there's a number of elements that I'm going to talk through. So the first one is B2B. And why does that matter? But having B2B capability native in the platform means that you as merchants can expand into a market that by 2023 is estimated to be worth about 1 trillion. So there's a huge opportunity there. And there's a rise in the B2B and B2C business models where retailers are increasingly seeking the competitive advantage by selling direct, but also selling business to business. And in M1, this was all extensions and customization, whereas now we've got native capability out of the box, and we'll keep investing on that. And it's fully integrated. The other thing that's key in growing sales is the checkout. In Magento 1, the customizations that were required to optimize the checkout were significant. With Magento 2, you've got instant purchase, and you've got two-step checkout, and you've got PayPal. And what this means is that you can instantly provide the best practice checkout flows proven to drive conversion and loyalty without needing customizations or extensions. Another key element into helping grow sales faster, if you look at the returns and shipping, we're very aware that this is a challenge for merchants around whether they can ship and return within their consumers' needs. Amazon are driving the way here. They're doing the 2-hour delivery, and merchants like yourselves are having to keep up with this. Before it was all manual and it was third-party extensions. We now have integrated Magento shipping. This is a complete end-to-end shipping solution. It's pre-installed, so you don't have to pay for installation. It undergoes code testing, and it's supported by Magento. And what this means is that you can easily access global shippers without an additional integration, and you can experience fully integrated into the Magento admin versus having to go for a separate extension. And this is all around the fact that the more native that we have in the platform, the easier things will be. The last thing to look at in terms of how Magento 2 helps grow sales is around sales and advertising channels. Again, with Magento 1, there's a theme here. It was additional integration and it was manual. With M2, we've got integrated Amazon sales and Google advertising channels. And what this means is that you can sell more efficiently. You can do consistent experiences and promotions with integrated data and analysis across multiple platforms. You can sell and promote products directly from Magento admin, leveraging the content and the data that merchants already have for their products, and you can track performance from one central location. So what this does is it really gives you an idea of what's doing well and what's not, and allow you to be intelligent with what products you can sell or not sell, and then allow you to grow your sales. It also allows you to do intelligent repricing based on competitor listings. It allows you to download product data from Amazon to also enhance your Magento catalog. All of these things will help grow sales, and this is why we've got it from native in Magento 2. And then we've got marketing. All marketing that had to be done on Magento 1 is all third-party extensions, whereas with Magento 2, we have .digital integrated. And this is, again, a solution that's already pre-installed. You don't have to pay for installment, and also it's code tested. And what this allows you to do is manage your .digital or .mailer, formerly known as, capabilities within the Magento platform, so no need for a third-party extension. And this allows you to be able to communicate with your customers consistently and build loyal customers. Now we're going to look at how Magento 2 helps you operate smarter and faster, as we raise this as a pain point. There's quite a lot of points to cover on this one. Okay, so first of all, looking at the administration experience, I mentioned the fact that M1 wasn't very intuitive and it was kind of standardized. With Magento 2, it's completely redesigned, it's customizable, and an added touch is the fact that it's a touch-enabled admin. So we've built this portal to be business user-friendly, so your marketing teams, your merchandising teams can use this drag and drop portal. And also we've allowed you to have a touchscreen, which means you can manage your stores via a tablet. In terms of inventory management, in Magento 1, this was a limited single source inventory out of the box. With Magento 2, which is native, we have multi-store inventory management. And this means that you can easily manage inventory across multiple locations, and which will allow you to start looking at whether there's a requirement for order management or whether you can use other systems to really own your inventory. We've got the hosting side. On Magento 1, it's all self-managed or outsourced to a third party. And with Magento 2, we have our Magento optimized cloud infrastructure. And this could potentially free up in-house or partner resources from hosting management and continuous hardware, software optimization, and allow you to reinvest in innovation rather than hardware. Another element that allows you to operate smarter on M2 is around code architecture and maintenance. Again, older code and architecture on M1 means that it was more difficult and took longer to do, whereas with Magento 2, we've got modernised, developer-friendly code based around architecture and best practices. And what this does is it reduces the development cycles, which will typically result in a lower total cost of ownership and time to market. It also frees up IT and development resources to enable them to focus on greater value creation and innovation rather than just day-to-day IT. We've touched on this sites updates and campaign creation. The page builder here really helps your teams operate smarter. It's a simple user face. It enables non-technical teams to make page changes, and also you're able to have streamlined approvals for site sharing. So we have different layers of approval. So that means that you can allow your marketeers, your merchandisers at different levels have different rights and be able to run the business as you want them to run the business. And it gives the teams autonomy. Similar with the site change management. Manual changes were required before, but with content and staging and with the rights that you're able to set up in Magento 2, you're able to plan and schedule all campaigns and promotions and then focus on your strategy, helping your teams operate smarter and faster. Around performance, we've looked at some of these. So just to touch again on the code architecture, here with Magento 2, we've got architecture that gives you promotion rules, search, catalog performance, database scalability. It allows you to do data and catalog pages and checkout rendering. So what that means for you is that you're able to do more than you were on M1 without IT involved. High availability cloud and infrastructure. With Magento 2 Cloud, we've got a PCI compliant solution, performance and monitoring tools, and DDoS protection, onboarding and tech support. And I'm going to talk to you about what cloud means to you in just a moment. So, what do we mean when we refer to Magento Commerce Cloud? It consists of Magento software, which you can see at the top of this pyramid, that you are likely familiar with. Then it consists of a managed cloud infrastructure, deployment and configuration tools, and it also comes with 24/7 customer support, along with a technical account manager. Magento Cloud's infrastructure is a set of pre-integrated cloud services meant to give merchants benefits similar to those that you may find with SaaS providers. It's got built-in security, performance, monitoring and optimization, managed cloud infrastructure, all without sacrificing the flexibility that makes Magento unique. The Magento Cloud comes pre-integrated with Amazon Web Services, so that gives you reliable, global available deployment with high availability architecture and elastic scale. We have Fastly for performance tools like a varnish-based CDN, as well as security like DDoS protection and WAF. We've got New Relic and Blackfire for real-time performance monitoring, and it also comes with Magento BI for your data analysis. Magento Commerce Cloud also comes with tools to easily deploy Magento Cloud. These tools are known as the ECE tools. They enable agile and rapid development and testing, encourage good deployment practices, and streamline the build and deploy process for all environments. So when we are referring to Magento Commerce Cloud, we are talking about Magento Commerce's product delivered via Magento's own hosted cloud environment, the cloud infrastructure that we have built and optimized specifically for Magento. We've touched a lot on the value of M1 versus M2. It's clear that the improvements made to M2 really help drive merchant value. Obviously, these are specific to ROI, and return percentages are going to vary for each individual case. But one way to think about it is qualitatively, and it's around how your business is affected if your marketing teams can work autonomously and not wait for IT? What would be the impact on your business? What's the impact on your business if you can triple the amount of promotions that you can run on content, stage and preview? What's the benefit to your business? And this is what we ask merchants to look at, because these are the key elements of Magento 2 that help grow sales and deliver better experiences. Creating content on the fly, what effect would that have on your business? And that's how we ask merchants to look at the substantial value on Magento 2. Magento Commerce is at the heart of a leading cloud suite. As much as we've been discussing Magento Commerce, it's important to remember that it is part of a wider services that is designed to enable retailers to provide superior customer-centric shopping experiences, and to do so with the greatest intelligence and efficiency possible. Our comprehensive cloud suite gives merchants everything they need to address the full spectrum of commerce challenges, helping you unify engagement across a dizzying array of consumer touchpoints on the front end, and hone your fulfillment strategy in at the back end to ensure that you're balancing business goals with consumer demands. I mentioned it earlier, our ecosystem is truly staggering. It's the largest in the world. And we have over 800 technology partners. I mentioned the developer numbers, 315 developers numbers. This is critical because for a number of factors. You have a truly global and deep pool of talent from which you can choose when determining who can make the specific, not cookie-cutter vision a reality. Because of the depth of knowledge and experience, it's likely that someone in the ecosystem has faced the challenges that you are facing and likely has a solution for it. Innovation not only comes from the technology you buy, but also the community you keep. The bigger the ecosystem, the more innovation that happens, and with the ever-changing dynamic of the shopper, this is key. Also, you as merchants can have access to innovation not only through the marketplace apps, but through the product. How Magento takes the best of the community and incorporates it into the Magento core itself is a benefit to the merchants. So the bigger the community, the more and the better the innovations are and accessible to us in the company. So I said we touched on some of the roadmap things. So 2019 is going to be another exciting year of continued innovation and product releases aimed at enabling retailers to better service their customers. You can see this commitment with how our product and engineering teams have organised their roadmap priorities. So in this instance, our priorities are, we're going to continue to extending our lead delivering the very best B2C and B2B shopping experiences. As mentioned before, B2B is a huge opportunity, and to have the capabilities of B2B functionality in a B2C platform under one roof is going to set you out from the competition. We've got innovating omnichannel to deliver those experiences across all digital physical channels. So we're going to be investing more in our omnichannel innovation around order management and inventory. And then another key theme is around commerce intelligence. We're expanding our focus and investment in commerce intelligence to unlock the power of data, to not only provide merchant insights, but to be able to deliver more intelligent and personalized experiences for our end users. And what this will do is outperform your competition and deliver a lower total cost of ownership. Just a bit more detail in terms of these themes and what this means. So we are looking at unlocking the potential of PWAs. This is work in progress as progressive web apps grows as an option. We're going to serve more sophisticated business buyers. So we're creating B2B buyer workflows. There'll always be some customization around B2B businesses, but we're going to build as much function native as we can, which we see most B2B businesses require. We're going to connect your shoppers with the perfect product when we have advanced site search. So these are some of the things that are coming along the roadmap. We've got Magento order management. This will be expanded with customizable pick list and multi-tender. And also with our shipping, we'll be extending regional support. These are some of the reasons why you'd invest in a platform like Magento 2, because we're constantly innovating and expanding the product that is today, and you'll reap the benefits of this. And then around customer intelligence, we all know data is king, and as data becomes more and more of a focus, and how we then use that data to mean something, we'll be helping with that and uncover commerce insights that lead to actions which drive results. and employ smarter measurement to understand the promotions and experiences to engage your shoppers. We want you to be able to build unique experiences through the power and flexibility of Magento's wide API coverage, as well as having a lower total cost of ownership and improved developer experience on Magento Cloud. So I spoke a lot about Magento 2 and what it means compared to Magento 1 and the benefits around shopper experience, growing your sales, operations, and scalability. Now we're going to look at just some customers that have taken the leap and already migrated to M2. To start us off, these are some averages that we've seen across the board and some brands we've seen across the board. So these are averages, these are not specific to a certain merchant. So 49% growth in revenue sales, growth in conversion, that's usually around the checkout because it's so streamlined now, and then growth in order value because able to monitor and build up loyal customers to grow that average order value. We're going to look specifically at two examples. First of all, I wanted to give you this example because it's around subscriptions, which is quite unique, and it's becoming more prevalent to have subscription models. You only need to look at the likes of Dollar Shave, who have basically ripped Gillette from under their feet by doing shaving on a subscription model, and it's growing and growing. So these created a subscription model services based on home textile. They want to have the opportunity for B2B expansion. So they have seen increase of 50% in mobile revenue because of the mobile first approach. They've decreased the bounce rate because due to the speed of the website and the content that's being delivered. And it was launched in less than 3 months. So also we spoke around the development time being shorter on Magento 2. And this is a good case study for that to go live in 3 months. These are available on our website, and if you want to have a look at our website and references, there's more to look at. And if you have any questions specifically around these merchants, then you can ask that at the end. The other one I wanted to highlight to you is a very well-known UK brand, Tom Dixon. They needed an e-commerce site that could visually express what the brand has been trying to deliver. The themes with Magento 2 around decreasing that bounce rate because of the speed and the content that's delivered, and increase the conversion rate due to the streamlined checkouts that we have in place now, and significantly easier for website management was, from their point of view, has changed the way that they do business. And you can see the quote there. Again, available on our website, and if you have any specific questions around this case study, then I'll be happy to answer them. So we're coming to the end, and I wanted to finish off with basically talking to you about how we can support you along with 247 Commerce around your move to Magento 2. But first of all, what we do want to highlight is that you do it correctly. So migrating from Magento 1 to Magento 2 is a process that takes some time and proper planning to do well. Generally speaking, a well-organized migration plan is divided into 4 sections: discovery, analysis, business planning, implementation, and launch. The key here is to do each step properly with the right approach and level of planning. Have the right implementation partner helping you, one with the right experience, expertise, and strategic and cultural fit. We want this to go well, and we want to make sure that it's built on the right foundation. So it's key that you take these steps and that you partner with the right partner. There are other tools available to you. You have Magento technical support. You have your solution partner, the likes of 247 Commerce. We also have online resources and tools. So we've got the online developer migration tools. We've got Magento U, which is Magento's university, which has got lots of content around migration and about the platform. And then we've got our Magento data migration tool, and I'll be able to share all of these links with you all after the webinar. So don't worry, you can connect on those and use these to help with the migration support from 1 to 2. Thank you so much for listening today. And if anyone's got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Stephanie. That's fantastic.